Welcome, y'all. This is Annie, and today I have another Southbound haul for you. I ordered this right at the beginning of October 2023, I believe on October 3rd, and it was shipped, I believe, November 9th, or I received it the 9th. So very, very fast turnaround on the pre-order. If you watched my Make a List with Me video for the Southbound kind of winter pre-order I posted maybe at the beginning of October, this is what I wound up narrowing my list down to. There's a few things I really wrestled back and forth with, and I decided to try to be as, dedicated to sticking to my budget as possible, and so it's a little bit smaller than what, I was thinking about getting, but I got the things that I wanted the most, and I'm really excited to smell everything. I just opened this box. It's a medium flat rate box, and as you can see, I have not started smelling anything. A lot of these are scents that I've had in the past. And if you've ordered from Southbound, you know that she gives you a thank you card, all of this information, website, email, all of that is right here. If you need the information, you can pause the video and capture that. And then she includes an invoice. The invoice does not include prices. And then she always has it matching the thank you note with at least the colors with the tissue paper in the box. And lots of these disposable packing peanuts. Let me clear these out of the way really quickly, and I'll be right back. All right. I got two samples, and these are samples I've never had before. So first up, this is zombie bread. It's gooey caramel cookie dough and zucchini bread. And it is a little green toothy skull. I get caramel and a lot of zucchini bread in here. Never had this one before. And then Let's Get Baked. This is oatmeal cookies and fireside, which she actually has in the pre-order going on right now. I think it actually closes today, or closed today, or I don't know. We'll see. Ooh, I've never had this one before. I know it's really popular, and I'd love me an oatmeal cookie scent. Definitely get the oatmeal cookies. That's pretty delicious here, that cinnamon oatmeal note. And then just a little bit of the fireside. Kind of smells a little bit like a woodsy, slightly smoky, resinous body care. Not too heavy on the smoke in this. I feel like I definitely get that kind of resin from wood that is burning with just a little bit of smoke. But first of all, I get the oatmeal cookies in this. Looking forward to melting that. I've never had it before. All right. First up, I got a new to me scent. This is the only one that I wound up picking up. I really wrestled with my list, y'all. There were so many ones that I wanted to try that I hadn't tried before, and then a lot of favorites, and I just was determined to keep it under a certain limit, so I just decided to pick up one new scent and then focus in on favorites that I was almost out of. So first up is pumpkin cake batter. I've not tried this one. The scent notes are pumpkin, ginger, allspice, cinnamon, brown sugar, nutmeg, molasses, yellow cake batter, and vanilla frosting. I got this largely because I'm almost finished with some of my other pumpkin scents from Southbound. I'll probably not melt this year, but I figured go ahead and get it so that next fall I've got it whenever I want to start melting some pumpkin in October. So there's a variety of different pumpkin shapes. Ooh, look at this little baby one. I don't know if you can see his little face. And here's one that sort of looks scraggly. This smells good. The pumpkin is kind of creamy. I get that yellow cake batter note. Or, I don't know. Yeah, it is cake battery. And then I get this brown sugar molasses with a bit of the ginger and cinnamon so far. Obviously, these are all going to be freshly poured, so it might smell a little bit different once it's warmed, but on cold this smells really good. It's not too spicy on the pumpkin, and I do like that. I'm not a big spicy pumpkin lover. Next up is one that I've had multiple times. I love this one, and this is Sugar Cookie Latte. The scent notes are freshly baked sugar cookies with sweet vanilla, roasted coffee beans, and sweet cream. Sorry, I couldn't read that there. And I know I was going to get a loaf of this because I really love this. It's one of my favorite coffee scents, and there's a variety of different shapes here. Let me move this out of the way so you can see the shapes. Ice cream scoop, a little donut, a cookie, cinnamon roll, some other ice cream shapes. Oh, I love this one so much. It is a creamy, sweet coffee, more of that medium roast. It's not bitter. It reminds me of having a cup of coffee that has some sweet creamer in it, and I don't think it's heavy on the bakery note personally. I think that sugar cookie just makes it sweet and creamy along with that vanilla note in there. Really delicious coffee sound. Good performer, and she does offer it frequently. Rachel is the owner, by the way, and they're based out of Alabama. Alright, next up is one that, if you watch that video, you know I was not putting this on my list. And then I melted it again before the pre-order, and it had changed so much from when I had initially melted it after receiving it, and that cure had made such a difference. So I had to get some more. This is strawberry pound cake, lavender frosting, and the scent notes are creamy pound cake, topped with strawberries and fresh cream, lavender, vanilla, and buttercream frosting. There are 2 different color shapes in here. There's like like a pink cookie, purple donut, you know, a bunch of different options in here. And when I originally got this, it was very heavy on the lavender and not a lot of bakery, but it kind of sat in my collection. Not this bag, but a different one that I've almost completely melted through now. And that vanilla bakery had plenty of time. It really developed, and the blend became so much more balanced once it was melted. I finally got that rich, creamy pound cake and a little bit of the buttercream. The lavender was there, but it wasn't as dominant, and just a hint of the strawberry, and this was just so good. Which, you know, is just a reminder to myself not to judge a blend even if I melted it and didn't like it necessarily the first time. Sometimes if it's freshly poured, it just kind of needs to sit and marinate a little bit, and this blend did benefit from that. It's very well balanced, it's creamy, and even though this is not a lavender that I really care for that much, it just works in this blend. This particular lavender is kind of body care, maybe a little bit clean and powdery to my nose, even though it is a creamy lavender, and normally I don't like it, but I loved it in this, and so it was quite tempting not to get a loaf, but you know, I'm happy to have more of that. Next up, I got a bakery bag, and I also got a loaf of frozen custard, and the scent notes are creamy vanilla custard with hints of fresh mint. I've had this before. I love the scent, and the shape bag has a bunch of different blue snowflakes. This reminds me of a very creamy vanilla ice cream with a creamy mint in it. It is not a nose clearing mint, so if you're someone who likes mint but doesn't like the super astringent herbal leaning mints, this one is a great one. It's a good performer. It can go in the evening before bed, and I can wake up and still smell it in the morning. It's quite delicious, and I love just the feeling in the air of this slight cool quality, which works well in the winter, of course. Look at this loaf, isn't that so pretty? The blue snowflake, just a hint of glitter. I've said this many times, but Rachel just does such a great job, attention to detail. There's 2 colors to the loaf, and she never overdoes the glitter. It is just a tiny kiss of glitter, and it's not a pain to clean out of my warmers. So, definitely glad to have more of this one. And then the last one that I got. And I know I thought about getting more than this. It was really hard to narrow my list down, y'all, because there's just so many that I loved that she offered this pre-order. But the last one I got is a Loaf Inn Baking Spirits Bright. I've had this before. It's fir needle, orange peel, warm spices, fresh baked cookies, pine sap, powdered sugar, and rich buttercream. I talked about this one also in that Make a List With Me video a little bit more, but I'll show it to you all up close. The red snowflake, kind of the green and golden red glitter, and it is a 2-color loaf with the red and green. Even though this has bakery listed, I mostly get the pine and the fir needles. It's quite heavy on the evergreen and the spice note, with kind of some of the buttercream and not so much the cookies in here, to my nose at least. This is a very strong blend. You do not need it in all of your warmers. It performs great for me, and I had melted a little bit of this before making that video and before this pre-order because I wanted to remind myself if I liked this a lot, and I probably should have gotten a second loaf, honestly, because that following week I just kept reaching for that bag and wanting to melt this again, and I'm super excited to have this because now I can kind of finish up my bag maybe the next week or so. I don't really get the orange peel in here. I get a lot of evergreen tree in here, and the spices, there's kind of a peppery note in here, whether it's cardamom or ginger and maybe a little bit of allspice. It's not a harsh spice. It just pairs really well with the pine and the fir notes, and I mentioned this previously, but my husband thinks this smells like holidays, basically. So I would agree with him. It's a little bit of like the holidays in a bottle, and not that typical pumpkin or plain Christmas tree scent. So happy to have some more, and ready to get melting on all these goodies. Looking forward to seeing what everybody else got too. Did you pick up any of these? Have you tried them before? Did you pick up any new ones? There are some that I can't wait to pick up another time, so hopefully they'll come back next year, like that candy corn one. But I'm really happy with my order. Everything looks beautiful. Thank you so much, Rachel. And yeah, let me know down below if you picked up some of these scents as well. Thank you all for watching.